making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simo Politics. Hey, ziyakhala. So President Cyril Ramaphosa has come out and said, Bana, anyone that wants to remove him as the president, they must come to him directly. Like they mustn't talk behind closed doors and behind his back. This takes us back to the video that I made. I think I made it last week, where Dr. Chauko released a statement on X saying Uguti, the president is not going anywhere, the rumors are not true. And I went as far as saying, hi man, why would you want to correct rumors that are not even that serious, especially knowing that the president is not going anywhere? And then I said, the way there is smoke, there's definitely fire. Because I just felt like the statement that he released, a long statement explaining the Ramaphosa is not going anywhere. I was like, man, this is not making sense. But I think that was signs of how big the debate is within the ANC. So, in this video specifically, I'm gonna focus on Ramaphosa and what he said. I will do a second episode, because I wanna cover Fikile Mbalula as well, because Fikile Mbalula has spoken out about this as well. It seems like he's on Ramaphosa's side, but I'll get into that. I was actually watching a clip of Gayton Mackenzie as well. Gayton Mackenzie seems to be still on Cyril Ramaphosa's side, but I'll definitely do that on a separate episode, because I feel like there's a lot that I want to cover right now, specifically about Cyril Ramaphosa. So it says here, Cyril Ramaphosa has dared, like he says, I dare you. Oh, and like, just come to me. Yeah, but has dared his political detractors in the NC executive, which is the NEC, to give him a date by which he should resign. So he said, give me a date when I should resign. I will step down. Like, I'm not going to fight you. Now, the question also is that true? Remember in the beginning, there were rumors that Ramaphosa resigned and then he was asked to stay. I don't know if you guys remember that story, that Ramaphosa submitted a resignation letter and then he was told to stay. Now, he says, give me a date by which I should resign, and I will not give you any problem. Says in a heated direct political overview report, Ramaphosa dared his political detractors to stop discussing his exit in dark corners like cowards. We know what has happened. I was actually watching this interview a few months back, I think 2 months back, in SMWX. I think he was having a sit down with Tokyo. I could be wrong, but I do think it was Tokyo. And they were talking, and he was specifically saying, as an ANC veteran, he's not proud and he's not happy of this thing when a president is towards his end of his term and he's just removed like that, where a president is not given a chance to finish his full term. And he was saying that it's becoming a habit in the ANC. It's happened so many times, and it could happen to Cyril Ramaphosa as well. Hence, now we are starting to see all these conversations about him, like him saying, "Mana, stop discussing me," and for him to confront this matter like this, it means it's big. So he's saying, don't be cowards. Like, stop discussing me in corners. Like, just tell me, when do you want me to step down? The question is, if they would give him a date, would he step down, or he's just saying that because he could be lying? Do you think he would actually step down? There's a lot of complications that can come through if you would say he's stepping down. Remember, there's the GNU in place. There is so much. Even if he was willing to step down, I don't think his supporters would allow that. I just don't see it happening. We had a big discussion today on my live where we were talking about this, and some of the people were saying there's absolutely no way Ramaphosa is still as powerful as he was before. And I refuse to believe that. Please correct me in the comment section. I refuse to believe that Cyril Ramaphosa, he is as powerful as he was when he got into power right now. I refuse to believe that he still has that same power. Remember, now he is on his way out. There's absolutely no way that he has the same support and the same powers he has when he was about to start and come into power. But some of the people seem to think that he's very powerful, he's untouchable, he's going to be the very first president to finish his term, he's not going anywhere. That's what some of the people think. But you know what? We will see as time goes on. No one knows what's going to happen. We are all watching very closely what's to happen. I do want us to quickly just read here this article. So this article is written by Thabo Mosia. He says that President Cyril Ramaphosa has boldly challenged his critique within the African National Congress to come forward and state a date for his resignation rather than whispering in dark corners. During a heated political overview at the ANC's National Executive Committee meeting on Friday, Ramaphosa called out what he termed cowardly behavior, saying he would step down even tomorrow if directly asked. So he says, it seems like he's like confident. He says that he would step down even tomorrow. Hey, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Hey, I don't know. This comes amid rumors of his possible exit after the G20 summit. Now, this is the statement that was released by Dr. Chauke saying he's not going anywhere. So this comes amid the rumors with his possible exit after the G20 summit, which he dismissed as baseless. Acting National Spokesperson Nongceba Mhlawuli reinforced that there is no departure lounge in the party, affirming Ramaphosa's leadership until 2027. The NEC meeting from 14 to 16 November in Germiston also discussed the key issues like the G20 preparations and the Madlanga Commission highlight internal tensions as the ANC gears up for the National General Council in 3 weeks. Cyril Ramaphosa, in his address to the NEC, directly confronted those pushing for his resignation. So I feel like Ramaphosa now is on a fighting mode. He's attacking head on. And also another thing that he's doing, he's not attacking now secretly under the corners. He's literally coming full force right now. So it says that during his address in the NEC of the meeting, President Ramaphosa directly confronted those pushing for his resignation, urging them to raise the matter openly in the committee, which is also fair, by the way. I feel like he's fair when he says, raise the matter openly. Let me defend myself if I have to defend myself. Let us discuss what the issues are. Instead of you going like in corners and whispering. I feel like it's fair. I feel like his approach and what he's asking for, it's kind of fair. Uguti, let's talk, man. I'm not gonna resist. I'll go peacefully, but don't run around in corners behind my back. But that's politics. That's how politics work. You don't discuss with your opponent, hey, we want to remove you. Haibo. Of course they are going to eliminate you now. If you say to them, hey, I think we want to remove you, of course they will deal with you. That's politics. So, Ramaphosa has urged them to raise the matter openly in the committee. Stop discussing my name and my exit in dark corners. Have the necessary mental to come to the National Executive Committee and tell me to my face that I should leave and stop being cowards. Alal. The gloves are off right now. The gloves are off. Sources quoted him as saying he added that if told to leave, he would do so without causing division, emphasizing his commitment to the party unity. Ramaphosa also reflected on the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, calling for lifestyle audits on all NEC members to combat corruption. The ANC must never be run as a mafia style. He reportedly said, linking this to the broader renewal efforts, the stance emboldens his his position amongst the speculation of caucus plotting, his ouster and internal leadership scenario. So the acting spokesperson, Nongceba, firmly rejected claims of impending leadership change during media briefing. Of course, he will never accept that. Of course. You want to do these things in corners. There is no departure allowed in the National Executive Committee. This National Executive Committee, with its president, was elected in December 2022. Our term ends in December 2027. So, Mlauli dismissed the rumors and as unverified, affirming Ramaphosa's full term. She addressed the questions on closing remarks, explaining it is a standard decision with the SG to provide a detailed post-NEC statement on Monday. This includes outcomes on the integrity committees regarding Free State Premier. All right, so that's it. So I want you guys to let me know, because we've had such a long discussion about this in my live tonight, and we're speaking specifically about I see some people still think that Ramaphosa is very powerful and is not going anywhere. So I want you to tell me if you think that he's definitely not going anywhere. Even as much as he's saying, yeah, he can resign tomorrow. If he's told to leave, he's gonna leave. No matter, he doesn't have a problem, he's not gonna fight, he's gonna leave. Just don't stab me in the back. Just let's talk. Yeah, but so as much as I think he's saying that, I don't think he would actually step down if someone came to me and said, listen, we want you to leave. I don't think so. I think he's just saying that. However, you guys tell me what you think. Some of you have been in politics in a very long time. What's your take? I like to hear your views. And it's always good for us to have these conversations before anything happens, so that we can see as things unfold, we can be like, oh my God, I didn't see this coming. Or be like, oh my God, I this is exactly what I thought. So what do you think? Do you think Cyril Ramaphosa is going to finish his term? Because also, all of a sudden, these conversations, I feel like if there was no threat on his throne, there wouldn't be these conversations. I just feel like these conversations are escalating right now. I think that his throne is not safe. His presidency seat, I don't know. Do you think Cyril Ramaphosa still has strong friends, allies in the ANC? Remember, there's also the DA now. That might help him because they want to stay in power. If there's leadership change, things are going to change. So do you think that Cyril Ramaphosa is still very much powerful and he's not going anywhere? If there's anyone who comes up front and says, I want you to leave, they're just not going to last and make it. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me actually see if I can play this. There was this clip of Samkele Maseko. He was actually explaining here. Let me actually listen to that clip of Samkele. If I see it fit, I'll attach it here. If I don't see it fit, then I'll just skip it. So, but let's meet in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think is gonna happen. What is happening between hey, Politics is really about position and power. I'm telling you. Don't let anyone fool you and say, oh no, anyway, let me stop there. Anyway, yeah.
The ANC's National Executive Committee, in his political overview report, the ANC president basically threw down the gauntlet on his political detractors and said that stop discussing my name and my exit in dark corners. Have the necessary mantle to come to the National Executive Committee and tell me to my face that I should leave and stop being cowards. He essentially said that give me a date and we will come and discuss this particular matter, and that he will not be at the center of dividing the African National Congress. If he is told to leave, he will do it as in tomorrow and not cause any problems. But interestingly, where he was essentially laying down the gauntlet to National Executive Committee members and enforcing his authority over the organization is when he reflected on the issues pertaining to the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry and all of the revelations coming out in saying that all NEC members of the African National Congress should be subjected to lifestyle audits, particularly out of the horrific things that are coming out of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. And all of this frank discussion, frank talk of him is pertinently coming after night caucuses are being held about his possible exit, former leaders coming in as interim leaders of the African National Congress and interim leadership taking the ANC to its 2027 conference, the upcoming National General Council of the African National Congress in 3 weeks' time, is essentially emboldening himself within the structures of the ANC and inserting his authority in the National Executive Committee in basically saying, I'm in charge. If you've got an issue with me, stop being a coward. come and raise it here within the National Executive Committee meeting.
And would you say that, some of these reports stem from the fact that there is the NGC meeting, which is taking place, or the NGC conference, which will take place next month, particularly at a time where he is serving his last term in the ANC?
It may as well be that people are planning for life post the presidency of Cyril Ramaphosa. Some may be unhappy with his leadership, particularly noting the fractious relationship that is there between himself and Thabo Mbeki and other detractors within the National Executive Committee. It also coincides with the election of Consolidating in the National Working Committee of the African National Congress, and the Speaker of the National Assembly, also ANC member Togo Didiza, who was a candidate of the ANC Women's League, to be put into the National Working Committee of the African National Congress. And that just tells you of the javelin that is being thrown of Togo Didiza possibly being nominated as one of the female leaders of the African National Congress that may be touted by the Women's League to feature in the top echelons of the ANC in 2027. You've also got those who are propelling ANC Deputy President Paul Shipoko Osamashatile. But this essentially emboldens the current president to say, I'm in charge. If you've got an issue with me, I want these two people, Kusela Tigo, Togo Didiza in the National Executive Committee. Togo Didiza got 71 votes, the highest votes of anyone else who contested this time around to be forming part of the ANC's National Working Committee. But the crux of it is he's further emboldened going towards the National General Council out of this NEC meeting, further emboldened going towards the G20 summit, noting some of the negative reports of Xi Jinping not coming. It's not the first time that Xi Jinping also doesn't come to a G20 summit. It's not the first time that an American president doesn't go to a G20 summit. It's happened in years before. So ultimately, he is steering the ANC in the direction that he wants it to go, but also emboldening himself, taking those particular jabs at his political detractors.
Anyway, guys, that was it. Let me know what you think, hey? Let me know what you guys think, because you never know. I mean, we can all discuss and analyze and say, oh, this is going to happen, this is not going to happen. Politics is just a weird game. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, literally. So I want you guys to tell me what you think. If you don't know who I am, my name is Zizipolo Belwana. Please subscribe to this channel. Our aim is to get to 40K subscribers before the end of the year. Subscribe. It is free of charge. I'll see you guys on the next one. Aluta, continua. Until the next time. Guys, please support the host. Buy the host coffee, as you should. As you should. Please buy the host coffee. I'll see you in the next one.